Hey everyone, it's Raven, and I'm doing a tutorial video for the Solo Flawless Master, not Master, that's a blooper, but I'm going to leave it in anyways, Solo Flawless Duality Dungeon. There we go. And, well, before we get into it, I'm just going to show you the loadout for Titan that I would recommend using. Titan is really easy for this. It makes everything 10 times easier. Now, it is doable on other characters, but it's a little bit harder. And, you know, if you would like to, please stay for this, because I'm still going to probably give tips throughout. But if not, I'm going to give you timestamp to where I give the weapons that I would use in the different encounters for all classes. Something I forgot to mention here, this tutorial is, you know, thinking that you've done this a couple times or just one time and you understand the mechanics of the dungeon, and that I would recommend that if you can, just attempt this one time solo on your own after watching this, and then go for Solo Flawless. So yeah, other than that, video's gonna start right back up. Good luck, boys. And I will also be giving, you know, just a couple tips here and there on what to do. And yeah, otherwise I'm going to put a timestamp down below on the bottom of the screen right about here for where to go for the weapon loadouts, and I'm also going to have another timestamp there for where to go just for the straight encounters and explanations there. So they're right here. Don't click on them, just go to them, and if you want, I also will have them in the description down below, so you can skip right to them. Anywho, we're going to get right into the armor mods and the subclass loadout and the specific weapons that we have for Titan. Now, I will give a couple of tips on just a couple things with other characters, you know, such as, you know, jumping puzzles and things like that to make it easier across all characters, but for now, we're going to be doing a specific build, which is hammer booping, which, you know, tractor cannon, synthesips, and throwing hammer. Now, I'll give you the mod specifically. Now, this is exactly how you see it, how you should have throughout all of this. Now, of course, switch your ammo finders around for, you know, different encounters, and also if you have them, put on bountiful wells. I don't have bountiful wells. I've been hunting down for bountiful wells for a while now. Just been unlucky with getting them. So just make sure you have, you know, shotgun ammo finder and glaive ammo finder for the first encounter. Now, if you're using Warlock or Hunter, I will tell you what else to use when we get there. I'll also have all armor mods for other characters and things like that in the description below. The synthesips, I would recommend having Glaive of Dreams. I was doing Grandmasters the other day, that's why it's like this, but I also have Well of Life on. Really helps out a lot with those wells. Now, for some reason, I think it's because there's too many things here, but I have Melee Well Maker here with Arc Damage Resistance and the Armor of a Dying Star to give you Solar and Void Resistance. And that's kind of all that's really important with this. With this, it's kind of, you know, Scavengers. I don't know why I have a holster there. I must have been being dumb, but yeah. Make sure you have Scavengers, and if you also have Seeking Wells here, put them on. It's really beneficial, helps those wells come to you so that you can get Well of Life and stay alive for longer. And then your class items, I have Well of Ordnance and Classy Restoration, so we can get our grenades back quicker and stay alive by popping our, you know, rally barricades, our healing or powering rifts, our dodges, everything like that. Now, if you're on Titan, I would recommend having 100 resilience. I mean, on all characters, I would recommend having 100 resilience, and specifically Titan, 100 strength. Now, if you're on Warlock, I would go 100 discipline. Even Hunter, I would go 100 discipline, 100 resilience. Or with Hunter, if you're feeling a little risky, go 100 mobility, 100 resilience. That's completely up to you, but yeah. Now, into the specific with the subclass here. Just make sure you're using Throwing Hammer. Now, the grenade, I'm using Healing Grenade. It's really nice to have throughout this, making sure you stay alive. But if you're more confident, use Solar Grenade, use Thermite Grenades. You know, just dig around, you know. Then, for our aspects, we have Soul Invictus and Roaring Flames. I'm not going to explain any of these because you can read them when you put them on your character. And if you have any questions, please just leave them in the description below and I'll help you understand how these works. The only one I'll explain here is Roaring Flames, which final blows with solar abilities or ignitions increase the damage of your solar ability stacked 3 times. For your Throwing Hammer to do a lot of damage with synthesips, you're going to want to make sure you have Roaring Flames up at ×3. And that will help you out a lot, and it'll be really nice to have, and you'll be able to do a lot of damage. Your fragments, Ember of Searing, Ember of Solace, Ember of Wonder, Ember of Torches. And of course, normal Hammer of Soul. And Barricade, I prefer Rally, but if you prefer Towering, it doesn't matter. And Jump, I would recommend Strafe Lift, but you can choose whatever you like most. Okay, so now this is the part where some people are going to be coming back into the video for the weapons. Now, just a quick reminder that the weapons I use are going to swap between classes, because some classes are better at doing other DPS forms than others, so I'll give Titan, Warlock, and Hunter alternatives here. So, for, just opening up, I would recommend just having something that's, longish range, to take care of any scions and things like that. But otherwise, it doesn't really matter, but for any, jumping portions, I would make sure you just have a sword. Just in case you fall off, you can swipe back to a platform, as well as if you do mess up, you can also have a, line rampant or stompies. I don't think Warlocks have a traversal exotic, but I would just recommend having this throughout those, mid encounters where you're just running around and doing jumping puzzles. Otherwise, for Titans, what I would recommend using is an SMG, or really anything. It doesn't really matter what you use here. It could be literally anything. Then I would recommend having Glaive. Now, Glaive I would recommend having on all characters with Glaive of Dreams on your gauntlets, so you can get added DPS. And for Titan specifically, I would recommend having Tractor Cannon, and I will explain how this works when we get to the Gahlran encounter portion of the video. Then, if you are a Warlock, I would recommend having Lament, or if you have it, I don't have it on my Titan right now, but Witherhoard, and specifically with Starfire Protocol build, so you can get your grenade and just spam those. But if not, I would recommend using Lament, and same for Hunter, I would recommend using Lament. Otherwise, that would be it for Gahlran. Now, the next encounter, what I would recommend using is honestly mostly the same build. The only thing I would change is change to a sword, specifically the Lament, and a wave frame. Now, the reason why for the wave frame is because of those phalanxes. It just goes right under the shield, instantly kills them. It's really nice to have. And just one thing I forgot to mention for Titans, if you want to feel more confident, just, swap to a Lordly Splendor Helm. Really quick, really simple, keeps you alive a lot longer, but you're not going to do as much DPS. And then, for Caiatl, what I would recommend is, honestly, Lament. And I would recommend putting on a fusion rifle so you can get rid of those bells quicker. And honestly, I would recommend putting on a scout rifle so you can shoot the bells from a long distance. I'll show you why when we get to that portion of the video. But this is kind of the loadout you see me using in a solo flawless duality dungeon. Otherwise, there isn't really much I would recommend. So yeah, quickly, 100 strength, 100 resilience for Titans, 100 discipline, 100 resilience for Warlocks, 100 discipline, 100 resilience for Hunters, or 100 mobility, 100 resilience for Hunters as well. And otherwise, everything else would kind of be looking like this throughout everything. And make sure you have, any mods to keep you alive with. Now, if you're using melees, make sure you have ways to get Well of Life through your melees or grenades or anything like that. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments below, and Warlocks and Hunters, you will have your builds in the description down below. I found Titan to be the easiest of the three classes to do this on, and this is not a speedrunner way of doing this. Is taking it slow, making sure you live, and making sure you get this done and get your sweet emblem and increased chance to get the Heart Shadow, which I unfortunately do not have still to this day. So yeah, we're going to get into the video. I do not have the traversal parts because this is assuming that you have at least done this dungeon once and have attempted it on solo flawless at least once. I recommend attempting on solo flawless at least once. Just going through it, whether you die or not. Just go through it one time, experiment, get used to the mojo. It's okay if you die. Just come back a second time or third time and and you'll have your mojo down after watching this video. But these are your tips and tricks for how to solo flawless the duality dungeon. Now, I'm gonna quickly get right into the Gahlran encounter. Okay, so you're at the Gahlran encounter. Now, sorry I don't have the full thing here. I wasn't recording and my thing can only clip to 60 minutes, which this took me about an hour and 5 minutes, but we're gonna quickly get right into this. So, if you're a Titan, what I recommend doing is just very carefully, well, for all characters, I'm gonna go with that first. we're going to carefully make sure that we can get all the standard bearers, but if you guys want, we can do the extend time glitch, which basically what that is that you find both of the scions that are in the separate rooms, and you kill both of them, but you only pick up one of the standards. Now, once you do that, of course, you want to make sure you have those bell keepers killed so you can get back to the non-nightmare realm, the normal realm, and you're going to deposit, go in to the room, clear out the Gahlrans, then when you come out, you're going to want to kill the bell keepers again, go to the room where that other standard is that you left it, and don't kill the scion like you see me doing here, but instead just run back out and go back in and just do the Gahlran thing, kill the Gahlrans again, and then once you're killing the Gahlrans, you'll see the scion, just kill the scion when you're in that room. Now, what you're going to do to continue for DPS, so once you have killed the Gahlrans and everything like that, and you're now able to do DPS against the normal Gahlran, the boss one, what you're going to want to do is, for Titans, you want to make sure you have Roaring Flames ×3. Now, how I would recommend doing this is by just using your hammers to kill the Shades of Gahlran so you can build up your Roaring Flames. And just, when you get over there, boop them with Tractor Cannon and just keep chucking your hammer at them. And if you're good at this, chuck your hammer at Legionnaires so that when it gets down on the timer, you can keep your Roaring Flames up. If you can't do that, I would recommend just popping your super and finishing them off with super, and I would recommend at about 10 seconds just leaving. So when you come out of the room, make sure you kill the Bell Keepers and do what I just said. Warlocks and Hunters, what I would recommend doing is roughly the same thing. Now, Hunters, odds are you're going to be using Tether for this and Invis, and Warlocks, you're probably going to be using Wall of Radiance. So I would recommend that you guys would pop your supers right away so you get that added DPS, and using your Lament to just go DPS ham on him, and if possible, Warlocks, also be chucking your fusion grenades if you're using Starfire Protocol, and using your Witherhoard if you have it. If you don't have Witherhoard, just go nuts with Lament, and while your Witherhoard's active, just use whatever sword or linear fusion rifle you have. And once you get down to 10 seconds, just dip out and come right back and keep doing everything, rinse and repeat until you kill him. Now, it took me around 3 to 4 phases as a Titan, and this was because I messed up 2 times in this, so I would say for Titans, expect like a 3-2 phase on average, and for Warlocks and Hunters, I would say 3 to 4, maybe 2 to 4 on average as well. And if you're not getting on average, it's okay. Just take your time. What's most important here is that you keep yourself alive. So I'm going to let the gameplay in the background continue out so you guys can watch what I do for reference, as well as me killing them in my reactions. So, yeah. I'll have a timestamp in the description so you guys know which part of the video to go to for the next encounter if you don't want to see this. And, yeah. See you there.
Oh shoot, I still need to do Vanguard. Oops. From power level 12.
Fuck my hammer. There it is. It's time to solo flawless this bullshit. Yeah, I'm solo flawless in duality. I can do it. I know what my like strat is for it. Because I soloed it. Didn't count though. This game fucking sucks.
Actually frustrated. There's a fella here named Vextrally frustrated.
One more DPS phase. I would have been able to do in 2 phases, but I lost my fucking hammer. That's a shame. So how are you doing, Scott? Oh yeah, the parasite, it's really good in certain situations. It's really situational though. Oh yeah, I would definitely recommend getting it, because sometimes it's like top tier meta, and then other times it's like, why is this even a weapon? Like, it's a very like wonky weapon.
It's good if the boss is close.
Because it can do a mil damage in one fucking shot.
But to get in the middle is very situational because you need 20 stacks of its perks. I'm pretty sure, did they fix the Blight Ranger? Or is that what you're talking about?
I think that's what I'm talking about. It's just very situational.
Yeah.
You know, it's definitely not something that you'd be like, oh yeah, this is why I'm using an Atheon. It's like, nah, this is what you're using on a strike boss.
Hold the fuck up. There's about 4 people trying to do the same thing I'm doing. 3 people. I'm just trying to get into a strike alone by bringing the power as low as I can.
That's not how it works, unfortunately.
I was told that was how it works. I've been lied to.
Yep. Kind of like how you lied to me about the Synthesaps.
It was a misunderstanding.
I don't care. You lied to me. I will have your soul for it. Is that understood, mister?
Yeah. It's not there. I traded it.
I know, because you're a ginger.
I'm fucking not ginger.
You're a ginger. Anyone who says ginger like that's a ginger. Anyone who says ginger like that's a ginger.
Ginger? What's wrong with the way I say ginger?
Anyone who says ginger like that's a ginger, bro.
I'm saying ginger normally.
No, you're not. You're saying it like you're saying it like you're a ginger.
Damn, that's racial profiling right there.
Why? Because you're a ginger?
I'm not fucking ginger.
You're a ginger.
Please. No.
Yes. You're a fucking
like
ginger, man.
I'm not a fucking ginger.
He fucking did it!
Little fucking ginger, you little
You're a
fat cat.
fucking ginger, man.
I'm no fucking ginger.
You're a fucking ginger.
Okay, I can tolerate being called the leprechaun, but I'm no ginger.
But all leprechauns are gingers.
No, not all leprechauns.
You're a ginger, and you know it.
Damn, is this what my life has come to, being called a ginger over the internet?
Yup.
Yeah.
You are officially part of the ginger club.
I'm no ginger, and I swear to fucking... I will send you a photo.
Do it. Instagram's now Raven351, bro.
I don't have Instagram. Instagram's for
You know why?
pussies.
Because you're a ginger.
I don't look like Ed Sheeran.
Why? Because you're a ginger?
Ed Sheeran's a ginger, you fast cunt.
Yeah, you're a ginger.
You know... You know what? I'm just gonna ignore you.
Thank you. Okay, all I need is the SMG and the class item on my Titan, and then I need the exotic.
I still haven't got the class item. With my 31 clears, and I've only ever gotten one SMG.
That's ridiculous. Is SMG like super rare or something?
It's not even that great. It shouldn't be that rare.
Just a quick thing, this jump right here is something that will end a lot of people's runs. What I would recommend doing is just having a sword on you and having whatever jump traversal exotic you have, Stompies, Lion Rampants, and just make sure you land this jump, because I've died so many times to this jump, I mean, on solo runs and just normal runs, so just make sure to be safe, have a sword, and also have some traversal exotics. Now, we're going to get into the actual next encounter now. Okay, this second encounter is really dangerous and really scary, so assuming you guys already know how to do this encounter, I'm going to give you tips on how to do it solo, because there's a couple things you're going to have to change. Now, of course, you're going to want to know where the separate icons are, which if you guys don't know where they are, just go to the different corners of the room, and those little mini walls that you see there, as you see to the left of the screen in just a moment ago, just go behind those and you'll see the symbol, and that's where they are. Now, when you go and do these, what I recommend is just killing one of the guys at a time. It's going to take, this encounter will probably take you guys a decent while. I would expect like 20-30 minutes maybe. But I just recommend going there, using your wave frame grenade launcher, you know, clearing out those ads up there, and then just going over to the Bellkeepers, killing them, and then getting back to the normal realm as soon as humanly possible. Because you're not going to have too much time here. You're only going to have a minute, and then an added like 10-15 seconds when you kill the standard bearer. So, yeah, just make sure you guys are safe. Now, when you do get to DPS, what I would recommend doing is just popping your, you know, wells, your tethers, your barricades, whatever you got, and just going nuts with Lament. And, yeah, just kill those bosses and just rinse and repeat. Now, you're going to see how I do this here with Lament. It kills these guys really quick. Now, if you guys want to know how to kill those Incendiaries really quickly on Warlock and Hunter, I would recommend just using a sword to kill them, and if not, use your waveframe grenade launcher, and just make sure you guys stay as safe as you can throughout this, because this is really dangerous. Now, the only boss that I'm going to mention that's really dangerous here is the second one, which is the Incendiary, because he can knock you off the map really easily. Now, if that happens, just use your sword to swipe back on, you know, and just be as safe as you humanly can, because if he's, you know, blasts you off into the oblivion and you don't do it in time, that'll be the end of your run. So yeah, make sure you just get the right standards. You know, if you don't know the symbols, just behind those walls there, the one to the right currently, they will have the symbol on them. You'll see me multiple times throughout this double check, and just make sure you get them. I would pick them up one at a time. There is a way to do it 2 at a time, but it would require an eager edge sword and things like that, and it gets really complicated from there, and that's a speedrun strat. So if you guys want to know how to do that, I will leave a link in the description to a YouTube video that shows you how to do that. Otherwise, just play it safe, make it through this. If you need to, wait a little bit, kill the Legionnaires so you have time, and then go on through. So yeah, make sure you have your element, make sure you have your waveframe grenade launcher, and make sure you have whatever primary weapon you want with, you know, Tether, Well of Radiance, or Titans if you are uncomfortable with this, Loreley Splendor Helms, or Syntheseps with throwing hammers. And yeah, that's kind of about it. So yeah, we will get into the next encounter.
A good bit, really. why is one of these fellas using Telesto? It's not broken yet.
Sounds about right for Telesto.
Keyword, yet. What do you reckon they're gonna have to do to make Arc 3.0 as good as the other?
They're gonna have to change a couple subclasses, I feel like. They're gonna have to change them a
Like,
little.
Hunters has by far the worst arc, I'd say. By
Yeah,
the
completely
Blight
agreed.
Ranger. Pew pew pew. I still have to do some nightfalls.
Alright, that's the first boss down. If you can, please record their reaction.
I will try.
And please record you getting punched full force in the fucking face by a New York by someone from Brooklyn, please.
I was walking.
I love how they get so pissed off when you say that, even though it's fucking true.
Okay, they'll talk. They'll give me like, oh, the leprechaun's here, but then I'll go, hey, I'm walking here, and they'll go fucking nuts.
I know, right?
How dare you? That's offensive.
That's America for you, dude. Why do you think the smart people stay inside?
Well, he shouldn't be right either. It's not a good thing he's right. Though you kind of need them to have a functioning economy.
Yeah, you
Or you
need
can
the
just
fucking
turn the
hermit crabs to do
economy off on the
something right for this
weekends.
fucking country.
Just turn the economy off on the weekends.
Turning off the economy for the weekend. All right, guys, hold on. I'm taking off for the weekend. All right, the economy's gonna crash for 2 days.
Pew pew pew. Oh.
Hey, I only encounter after solo flawless now is Caiatl. Oh, I got the Unforgiven. Sweet.
Oh, nice.
Fragile Focus and Adrenaline Junction. Yeah, I mean, that's okay. That would be a better role for my Warlock, honestly. Congratulations, you've made it to Caiatl, but it's still going to be pretty difficult from here on out. Now, this, honestly, I would say is a little easier than the last encounter, but it still has its challenges. So, what I would recommend here is killing your bell bears, your bell keepers, and clearing out scions before you do anything. And the reason why is you just don't want them messing you up too bad. Now, after you do that, do all the killing you need to do, I would recommend just seeing what symbols you need. And just remember where they are, because this is very easy to pick up two standards at the same time. Now, what I would do is once you clear out your ads and you know what symbols you need to get, I would remember where the other symbol you need. Let's say if I need Chalice and Sun, I would remember where the other one is. So let's say I go to Chalice, I remember where Sun is, and I would stand on the little mini platform where Sun would be. I would go into the room. You could see the bell on the other side, and I would kill that scion, pick up his standard bearer. Now, since the other symbol's on the other side of the room, what I would do is, while you're making your way over there, kill the bell bearers. Once you kill those bell bearers, I would quickly run over and kill that other scion that you need to kill to get the other standard bearers standard. and then run back through to the bell. And if there's any situation where it's just like right next to you or across from you, just grab it and then kill the bell bears. These will give you a lot of time. You should have lots of time before you have to leave. 20 seconds, 15 seconds is what you'd be looking at. Now, once you do this and you do it to where you can activate the big bell, and then you can go through and DPS Caiatl, what I would recommend doing is staying in the middle and killing the 2 middle guys right away. And then just kind of watch Caiatl and see where she's going to move to. Now, if you see her move to the left a little bit, that means she's going to the left. You need to run over there and kill those bell bears ASAP. If she's going to move to the right, you need to go over there and kill those bell bears ASAP. And if she's just coming straight middle, then get ready for DPS. Once she gets close to that bell, all you got to do is just trigger that bell that's right next to you. You'll be able to do DPS for about 10 seconds, and then she will move to another bell. Now, what I would recommend is just kind of watching her movement where she goes. Now, if she's in middle and you see her move a step to the right, bait out her stomp and go and use your Lament or Fusion Rifle to kill those 2 bell bears over there. And once you do that, just wait for it to get over there and do DPS on that side. And then as soon as that side's over, just run over to the other side quickly and kill those other 2. Do DPS on that side, and then once you do it on all 3 sides, rinse and repeat this. Now, I'm going to leave this whole entire encounter here. It's currently playing in the background. You guys are going to see what I'm doing, and I won't have the full thing because this took me about 30 minutes to do by myself, and this was my second attempt at solo flawlessing this. So, yeah, that's what you're going to want to do, and make sure that you guys have your wells, your tethers, and your Syntheseps builds. Make sure you have as much survivability as you got. Make sure that if you're Warlock, you're probably going to be wanting to use, Falling Guillotine and Witherhoard with your Fusion Grenade spam. If not, just use Lament. Hunters, you're going to want to be using Lament and Tether and what other, and a Fusion Rifle. Kind of like how you see my Titan using. And make sure you guys also have a Scout Rifle. It doesn't matter what kind you got. And yeah, just good luck. Now, a tip I'm just going to give really quick. If you think Kyle's getting there a little too quickly for you, then pop your super on the bell bears. They will die quickly to that, and you'll be able to do DPS. I had to do that a couple times with my Titan. So, yeah, once you do that, just rinse, repeat, keep yourself alive, and you guys will be doing absolutely great. And one other tip is that if you guys can, make sure you have something to heal yourself when you're putting in these things. The standards, and once you do that, put in both of them right away, because if you put in both right away, you'll get less ads. Instead of having just 4 Centurions, you'd have 8 if you did it slowly, but if you do it fast, you only have 4. So yeah, make sure you guys do that. Clear out your Centurions, clear out your Scions, know what symbols you need, grab them, kill bell bears, and then rinse and repeat with DPS. Make sure that you got your bell bears down, and yeah, do as much DPS as you can with your Lament, and if you need to with your super on Titan. Use your Fusion Rifle to activate the bells and to clear out any bell bears that are around, just in case if you don't have something to kill them. And good luck. The rest of this is going to play out for you, so at the end, this is the last you guys will be hearing from me, so if you enjoyed this video, please hit that like and subscribe button. It's the first time I've done a tutorial video in a while. So, yeah, hope you enjoyed, and peace.
It's a basic Vanguard ops. How do you die? I got crushed by the ball.
It's a normal Vanguard strike. How do you die?
I say that, and then and not even 10 seconds later, I get crushed by the ball that spawns. Oh, that's disappointing.
I did it!
Let's go. Well done.
Yes!
What do you get?
Woo, boy!
Imagine if I could just bomb.
Entering to a Radiance position.
I'm equipping the emblem right now. Yes!